from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your prenatal body weight workout. So we're gonna be using just body weight moves, no equipment, to be both getting your heart rate up for cardio and strengthening and toning your muscles. First things first, please make sure that you have been cleared by a doctor before you do this or any other workout. And also make sure that you're monitoring your intensity level and your heart rate. In pregnancy, we wanna make sure that on a scale of 1 to 10 that we're only working out at about a 6 or a 7. Do what's best for you. If you're used to working out harder, it's totally fine if your body's used to it, but listen to your body. Maybe if you're in that 3rd trimester like me, you wanna take it a little slower. I'm gonna give you options for that. If you need a break, take a break, hit pause, grab some water, whatever you need to do. So also, if you happen to have a mat or a soft surface that you can go down to, that's the second part of this workout, and maybe a chair. Again, if you're maybe in that 3rd trimester for me, I'm gonna show you some modifications, but otherwise, no equipment. Okay, let's do it. So we're gonna start by just getting a little warm up, marching it out, rolling through those shoulders, and take them forward. Big deep breath in. And then take it up on those breaths. Just really pay attention to your breathing. Our body's working overtime when we're pregnant, whether you're in your 1st, 2nd, or 3rd trimester. So sometimes we definitely get winded a lot faster. And let's take those arms out and roll through our backs. Take it flat down and round it up. And again, if you're in that 3rd trimester like me, I'm about 35 weeks along, we're running out of space in there, right? So those lungs are really compressed. So really make sure that if it feels like too much, you need a break to catch your breath, go ahead and take it. And let's do little taps across. You get a little bit longer of a warm up with prenatal, but if you need more, certainly take it. Just loosening things up. As you know, our joints get looser in pregnancy, so we gotta be careful. Feel free to take things a little smaller range of motion if you need to. Let's bring the hamstrings up. Not getting as low in those squats and lunges, totally up to you. And then bring the knees up, opening up those hips and hip flexors. So again, we're gonna aim to both keep the heart rate up so we get some cardio and also strengthen and tone those muscles. And let's do little toy soldier kicks. Oh, reach those hamstrings. Don't have a lot of room there in front. There we go. And breathe. And little rotations. Make sure your turn is coming from your hips. All right, I think we're ready. So starting with just a basic squat, we're gonna step out to the side with it. So just step out to one side, squat it down, bring it up. So try to get low if you can. Drive those hips to the back. Watch me from here, making sure you're sitting like you're sitting in the chair, that we're not letting those knees go forward or our back. We're just going here to here and breathe. Go, and we're gonna go 4 more just like this. Basic squat, and then we're gonna add a little leg lift for hips. Last 2. So side squat, little leg lift. So we're here, little lift. Here, and lift. And let's make those arms work too. So take them out to here. If your heart rate's getting up too high, just keep them down or in front. But if you can, little bit of balance work too, so we're stabilizing in our core, making our abs work. We're gonna go 4 and out, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Little taps out. Catch your breath. And let's take it, before we get that other side, let's isolate some arms. So no equipment, going straight off to the side, really nice and tight, point those fingertips, and just do little circles to the front. I know it looks kind of silly, but pretty soon you're gonna feel those arms, feel those shoulders, right? Little burn, we're starting to feel it. We'll go about 5 more seconds here. and then we'll take them to the back, right? So again, as tight as you can, not really loose, arms really tight, all the way straight out, through the shoulders, through the arms. We're getting work, we don't need weights to get everything working. We're gonna need these arm muscles so that baby gets here, right? Lots of holding and rocking, and picking up, and relax, tap it out. So let's go same thing, other side. With that side lunge, stepping out, start with just side squat, step it out, tap it in. So toes stay forward, both knees are bending, sitting low like you're sitting in the chair. Get those hips down if you can, perfectly fine to make it a small range of motion, especially if you're feeling your joints more. But if you can, drop those hips so we really engage the glutes and the hamstrings along with those quads and help out those knee joints. One more, then we'll add that leg lift. Here we go. Take it out, bring it up. Flex that foot, lift from the hip. So we want those hips working. We need those hips to stay open and strong for labor and delivery. Breathe, push out with those arms. We'll go 4, 3, 2, good. Tap it out. One more time with the arm circles. This time, we're gonna make them a little bit bigger. So out to the side, to the front, bigger circles, still really nice and tight. We're not doing this very long, just while we catch our breath, rest our legs, we'll work our arms. Again, I know it feels kind of silly, but you should be feeling it. I know I am. 5 seconds, a little bit bigger, and then reverse your direction. So drawing big circles on those opposite walls, squeezing the shoulders, right? I'm always surprised at how much I feel this. 5 seconds. And relax it down, good, roll them out. Excellent work, guys. Let's do just some little basic knee raises. Just a little cardio interval, totally up to you. If you're in that first or second trimester, you can get them higher. You can. If you need a little extra cardio, you can add that little jump. Up to you. I'm gonna keep it low impact here, and I'm not bringing my knees super high because I'm kind of running out of room here, right? So if you feel good, bring them up high. If you need to keep them low, that's fine too. Just a little cardio interval before we go into some more strength. Just about 5 seconds. Keep breathing. And relax, tap it out. So let's take it to a plie squat. Breathe for a second. Toes are out, abs are in tight. We'll start with this and we'll add on a little bit. So dropping it down, plie, squeeze it up. So really squeeze through the center, inner thighs and glutes. I also want you to think about those Kegel exercises we hear so much about in pregnancy. Working those pelvic floor muscles. So squeezing as if you're trying to stop the flow of urine. That's usually the best way to describe it. Really important to be doing them in pregnancy and then postnatal. Great for recovery, great for labor and delivery as well, keeping everything strong, but then to help us get our abs and those pelvic floor muscles back after baby. Let's go one more. So hold it at the top. I want you to bring those arms up and we're just going towards our shoulders. This is a little bicep curl. So if you have weights, we're going here. We're gonna keep the elbows high. Try not to let them drop even though those shoulders are tired. But pull towards your shoulders, squeezing in those muscles. And then if you want, you're feeling okay, let's put them together, right? You can even tighten those wrists as if you have dumbbells, or if you have dumbbells, you can add them, but we're keeping them high. If that feels like too much, just do the arms or just do the legs, right? Either one is fine. But if you want, put them together. That's gonna get our heart pumping a little bit more. Not too much. Squeeze in those arms. Really imagine that you have dumbbells. We're gonna need these biceps. Holding that baby. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap it out. Catch your breath. Let's everybody grab a sip of water. Keep those feet moving. Grab a quick sip. Again, if at any point you need a little longer of a break, just hit pause, take a break, come back to it when you're ready. Listen to your body. How about we get a little bit of core? Once we're in that second and third trimester, we can't do traditional core stuff on the mat, on our backs. So let's go a little side knee raise. I'm pulling that knee up to the side. You can, again, keep it small like that regular one. You don't have to go super high. If you've got more space there, you wanna go higher, you can. And either both arms for a little more cardio in arms, or just one. Breathe to the side. And we'll go 4 more. 4, also getting the hip. 3, 2, tap that out. We'll do the same thing other side. So just kind of like a little side crunch. Really good to work those obliques. We can't really work those front muscles anymore, except with all these stabilizing moves. Here we go, side. You may notice, I'm certainly feeling it right now, I have one hip. It's a little tighter. I'm really trying to make sure that I'm stretching during pregnancy as well. Both hands or just one, totally fine. Breathe. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap it out. So let's go to a lunge. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Abs are in tight. We're starting with just your regular lunge. I'm gonna give you some options. Drop it down, press up to the heel. Classic body weight exercise, we love it. In pregnancy, or when you're not pregnant. Make sure you're dropping that back knee, opening up that hip flexor. If you need a little extra balance, feel free to grab a chair or the wall or the back of the couch. It's up to you. Let's go 4 more just like this. 3, 2. So let's add a little shoulder press. So watch me as if I had dumbbells again. Woo, little bit of balance. Drop it down, press it up. Looks like this. Squeeze at the top. So feel free to add dumbbells if you have them, but if you don't, really just focus on that squeeze. Pulling through those shoulder blades, still working. And then the last 4. 4, breathe, 3, 2, 1 more, and tap. Yeah, that leg's feeling it, right? Breathe. So let's keep that back working, keep the heart rate up, give the legs a little break before we get that other lunge. So watch me, just step out to the side, just little taps. Nice and easy, basic cardio. Bring the hands in, I'm gonna squeeze out, squeeze in. Really focusing on pulling my shoulder blades in. So strengthening that upper and middle back. Working our backs, keeping our back strong is so important in pregnancy. So we have all that weight in the front, right? So really squeeze. So even if you just do this motion, just standing a few times a day, you're gonna strengthen those back muscles. Elbows are in, close to your body, and then open out as wide as you can, as if you're trying to squeeze something right between your shoulder blades. There we go. Pretty basic, but good move to strengthen our backs. Last 2. And 1. All right, let's take it to that lunge, other side. So other foot forward, nice wide stance, drop the knee. Push into that heel in the front. Abs are in tight. We're starting with just this. If you need balance, go ahead and grab onto something. Try to get low if you can. If you're feeling those joints too much, just keep it small. Keep focused in that front leg. Push into the heel. For 4, 3, 2. Let's add a little chest fly. So watch me, still in that shoulder press position, but I'm bringing the elbows in to get a little bit of chest. Also the shoulders, also the back. Also pushing that heart rate up, right? Anytime we add arms to a lower body movement, we're getting a little extra heart rate. Last 4, you got this. 4, 3, squeeze, 2, and 1, tap it out. Almost time to take it to the mat. Catch your breath, and let's do a little modified jumping jack. So I'm just stepping it out. Again, with those taps, reach over the head. It's up to you if you want to add a little extra. If you're feeling good, light on those toes, you can do that full jack. Especially if you're in that first or second trimester, not as much weight. Totally fine to do those, especially if your body's used to those high impact moves. But if you're in that third like me, or you're just not feeling it, keep it here. You're still gonna get that heart pumping. We're not worried about it. We don't need to break any fitness goals during our pregnancy. Our goals are to stay healthy and stay strong for our babies, right? Deliver healthy babies. So it's up to you here or here. Let's go just a few more. 4, 3, 2, and relax, tap it out. One last thing, and then we'll do a couple things on the mat. We're just gonna alternate into our side lunges. So it looks different than that side squat. One leg is gonna stay straight. Lean all the way to the side, step it through, all the way to the side, step it through. So our muscle memory might wanna do the squat because that's what we did before, but really sit low into it and keep that opposite leg straight. Staying here, we're not gonna isolate one side. We'll just go side to side, opening up the hips, strengthening those outer thighs, hips, glutes and hamstrings. There we go. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And relax, tap it out. Good work, guys. Grab another quick sip of water. And let's go ahead and grab our mat. So if you don't have a mat, a towel or carpet, or some sort of soft surface for your knees, you're gonna bring it down. And then if you have a sturdy chair, I'm gonna go ahead and bring that over because I'm gonna give you guys some options. It's up to you. It's gonna be more if you're in that third trimester or if you're newer to exercise. So we're gonna start with just a basic knee push-up. So if you're used to doing regular push-ups on your toes, I love it. Keep that, especially if you're in that first or second trimester. If you need to be on your knees, here's 2 options. If you're in that third trimester, up on the chair or on the couch, if it's sturdy, we're just going here to here. So this way, we're working our arms, but without putting too much pressure on our abs, right? If you're feeling good about it, and again, if you're in that first or second trimester, feel free to be here or all the way up on your toes. Either one is fine. Go ahead and get in position, abs pulled in, no matter which way you're doing it. We want the core to stabilize. Little push up. So what we're making sure we don't do is just let the upper body go, right? Hips are coming forward, pushing here to here. So again, just being a little bit elevated is taking the pressure off that growing belly, right? If you're in that third trimester, all that weight is pushing forward on our abs. We just want to be a little careful on that. So I've been making sure that I modify push-ups and not really doing very many planks in this last trimester. Let's go just about 2 more. Working those arms nice and strong and big stretch back. So either on the chair or on the floor, stretch it back and breathe. So then from here, let's take it to a plank. So again, if you want to stay on this chair, again, if you're in that third trimester, we're going to stay on our knees, holding it here, or up onto the toes, or you can do either of those down on the mat. Again, if you're feeling strong or you're in that first or second trimester, feel free to hold a regular plank or on your knees. Either one is fine. Join me in that plank position. I'm going to keep it real basic, on my knees, on the chair. Just holding here. So I don't need to do anything else, just getting the core stabilizing, but staying a little more upright so I make sure that it's not too much pressure on my abs. Everything's in tight. We'll go about 10 seconds, guys. Keep breathing for 4, 3, 2, and relax. Stretch it back. I know for some of you, that plank on the chair on your knees feels a little too easy. That's okay. It feels easy to me too, but I don't want to push putting too much weight on my growing belly, right? So let's turn into a seated position. Push your chair out of the way, and we're gonna go into a little hip bridge. So we can't do exercises on our back in that second and third trimester. So this is gonna both work our triceps and arms, but also work our hamstrings and glutes. So bring those feet in wherever is comfortable for you. Fingertips pointed here. I'm gonna push up through my heels while I lift my hips and push in those arms. Looks like this. So everything up and drop it down. So it's a little bend in the elbows, lift the hips, drop it down. So both arms and legs are working, and then as a result, core is working to stabilize, right? So we're gonna lift, squeeze, and down. Push into those heels. Breathe, little bend in the elbows. And squeeze. Let's just go a couple more. And one more. We're gonna try to hold this one at the top. If this feels like too much, just take it down. If you can, really lift in those hips, really roll those shoulders back. Arms are working, glutes and hamstrings are working, core is working for 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good, let's take it forward, little stretch. Woo. And then let's come into a side plank. We are almost done. So 2 options, elbow beneath the shoulder, feet can be stacked. You can either come it all the way up into that side plank, or with me, bend those knees. I'm gonna do a modified. Again, if you're in that third trimester, you're just not feeling it today, or you're newer to exercise, stay on the knees. If you can, go all the way up. We're just holding. Everything's pulled in tight. Keep breathing. Got about 10 seconds to go. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good, bring those knees up. Little stretch over. We're gonna swing those legs around. Same thing, other side. So it's up to you. If you're feeling strong, you want to come all the way up. You're going to modify here, bring it up and hold again. In that third trimester, I would recommend doing the modified version with me just to lessen the pressure on your abs. Keep holding, keep breathing. 10 seconds to go. For 4, 3, 2, and relax. Struck those knees down. Little stretch. The very last thing, guys, let's come on all fours, on our hands and knees. We're just gonna do that bird dog. So you know it from yoga or Pilates, opposite arm, opposite leg, lift and lower, bring it back in. Reach it out. Such a great pregnancy move. We're in this position, but unlike the plank, we've got both the knees and the hands to keep us stable. So we're not putting too much pressure on the abdominal muscles. Reach it out. Back in. Keep squeezing. Stretching is coming after this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired. Breathe. Now we'll go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. So sit back into the hips, into that child's pose. So if you can, reach those hands forward. If you don't have a lot of space like me, open up the knees a bit, hips back, let your head drop. Good work, everybody. And then let's go ahead and come into a seated position, nice and slow. So let's take those feet out in front, knees out to the side. And just kind of gently press out on the knees. It's up to you if you need to be out here. If that feels more comfortable, that's okay. And lean into it if you can. Let your head and neck relax. So we kept this kind of short today, guys. If you're used to longer workouts or you need a little more, feel free to start the video over and do everything again. Just bring them in wherever is comfortable. Reach those hands in front. Stretch as long as you can. And open it out. Grab behind and squeeze. And let's take one foot out, little hamstring stretch. One foot in, however is most comfortable. Just pull the toe towards you and just lean into that. If you can get there with both hands, do what's best for you. I know we got a lot of weight here in the center and our muscles are a little tight. Just breathe into that. Make sure that you're releasing your head too so you get that stretch. And then other side. Breathe in, reach it out, fold it over, both if you can. Sit comfortably, reach over, stretch to the side, reach long through the fingertips. Big deep breath in and out. And that was your prenatal body weight workout. Great job, everybody.